No. Number one, you don't talk to me like that. Number two, I will not pay for your daughter's college degree. Yeah, all right, whatever, man. No, you're not going to You're not going to do that. You will not do that. All right, I love you too. All right, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got off the phone. Let me hang that up. I just got off the phone with the IRS, and guys, they're banning my safe parlay in different countries. The Biden administration is a disgrace. It's disgusting. I am personally going to impeach Biden if he continues to do this. I'm winning so much. I've bankrupted Venezuela. They have no money now. It's crazy. The safe parlay, this has been banned in over 30 countries due to its potency, due to its effect it has on the population. It basically destroys the currency because everyone wins. People make so much money. The inflation goes up. Guys, there's a major inflation problem in this country. We know the cause of it. It is the safe parlay. We call it safe and secure. Let's get right into it. It is Week 5 college football parlays. The number one, it's the Illinois at Wisconsin. Guys, once again, I'm buying points, and I'm done explaining this because it seems every video I try and go more and more in depth into the idea of buying points. The actual over-under for this game is 42. I'm buying points at 46.5. But at this point, I'm not going to explain it anymore. You know, it is what it is. So Illinois at Wisconsin, there's major numbers and analytical models that say take the under 42. Because we're in the safe and secure parlay, I want to be sure, so I'm going under 46.5. Wisconsin can't throw. Illinois is a good defense. Illinois sucks at offense outside of Chase Brown. It's an 11 a.m. Central game. These kids are going to be tired. They're going to be sleepy. They're not going to want to play. Wisconsin fans are going to be miserable coming off that loss to Ohio State. This game's got 13-7 written all over it, folks. Let's be real. Take the under. That's number one. Number two, UAB money line at Rice. Safe and secure, delicate, be gentle. But guys, UAB, I think people are like, they're like the forgotten team of college football. There was legitimate talk UAB was going to go undefeated. They're 10-point favorites at a bad Rice team. I think they cover that spread. But because it is a safe parlay, I am just saying, you know what? Let's just go in on them money line. Let's not get overzealous. Let's just calm down. We'll take them money line. That's number two. Number three, bet for it. It's going to be Utah money line versus Oregon State. So Utah is at home in this situation. Oregon State is a team coming off an emotional loss. They're traveling on the road. They're facing a team that's more talented than them. This is going to be a complete stomping. Utah's going to win this game probably by 20. I love Utah minus the 10.5, but because we want to be safe, we want to make sure this wins. It's crazy what we're doing with the inflation and stuff like that. This is why it always wins. It can never lose. It's a lock. It's an auto lock. Utah will win. UAB will win. This is why I do it on the money line, because we don't want anything funny to happen. It doesn't matter if Oregon State keeps it close. As long as Utah wins, it's a lock. Number four, the final one is Oklahoma straight up money line on the road at TCU. This is a parity game. Oklahoma coming off a loss. I love them minus the 6.5. But again, guys, it's safe. It's secure. We're being gentle. This is an auto lock. It's like a vault. Oklahoma will win this game at TCU. TCU is undefeated right now. They're coming off their big win against SMU. Oklahoma, there's no way they're going to get two losses this early in the season. They will win this game on the road. And again, I think they will cover the spread. But either way, I like them. And here we have the official overall odds. This is the 4-team safe parlay. You can see it's minus 185 for the under 46.5 in the Wisconsin, Illinois. And then the three money lines, minus 380, 400, and then 250. I do think there's really good value on that Oklahoma minus 250 money line. If you were looking to parlay, maybe do your own safe parlay or something like that. Moving on to my second parlay, we're going to go Virginia Tech at North Carolina, the under 55.5. So once again, I am buying a few points here. We're utilizing the weather to our advantage. Supposed to be really bad this weekend in the Carolinas due to Hurricane Ian. And I think the under, there's going to be a lot of running. I understand people say North Carolina has one of the worst defenses in college, They do. I agree. But guys, nobody's going to be able to throw the ball. It's going to be horrible conditions. It's basically a free win, 55.5 under. UCLA +3 versus Washington. Trust Chip Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. We love him. Chip Kelly gets my full endorsement. What an unbelievable coach. This UCLA team is a true juggernaut. They've had such a hard non-conference, and guys, I think they win this game outright against Washington personally. Chip Kelly at home, Friday night, sellout crowd, Rose Bowl, veteran quarterback, superstar running back, Zach Charbonnet. Come on, guys. This is just, it's disrespectful to Chip. It is disrespectful. This is unbelievable. UCLA +3. I'm going to go Houston money line versus Tulane. I think they're -2.5 in the total spread. This, I believe, is a Friday night game, but I think this is great value for Houston. Yes, they were going to be one of my surprise teams. They have disappointed this year, but they still have a veteran quarterback and a really good receiver. Tulane may be getting overvalued a little bit for their win against Kansas State. Let's be real. Houston is the better team, and they are at home. It's going to be a good atmosphere there Friday night. I will take them money line, and this is just an easy 3-team +420 parlay, taking the under in the rain game. UCLA +3 at home. Chip Kelly's amazing. Houston will go money line. That is my second parlay. Moving to my parlay number 3, I'm going to go Wisconsin money line versus Illinois. So Illinois is kind of a surprise 3-1 team. I think this is definitely a parity game. Illinois will be getting their second loss. I would be shocked if Wisconsin, had 3 losses after this weekend, losing to Illinois at home. Wisconsin is around 7-point favorites. I would not touch that line or that spread with a 10-foot pole because Wisconsin's offense is bad and Illinois' defense is good. But I can tell you, Wisconsin will win this game. I believe they're -280 on the money line. This is another really good game to parlay if you're going for money line parlays. Wisconsin money line versus Illinois, Oklahoma money line at TCU, things like that, because I think it's just good value. Also, the UAB game is good value as well on the money line. San Diego State at Boise State. We're going the under 39. So I think this game is on Friday. It's either Friday or Thursday. I believe it is Friday. Normally they have the Mountain West games on Friday. And I will go with the under, just straight up 39. This is -110. I'm not buying any points or anything like that. I think this is another situation where Vegas simply hasn't made it low enough. Kind of similar to the Iowa type deal. This overall points, it should be like 37, the over-under in my opinion. Both of these offenses cannot score. They both have decent enough defenses. Of course, we remember San Diego State last year just being such an extreme team where they had an amazing defense and a horrible offense. Well, their offense has not gotten much better, and Boise State just cannot score. Their starting quarterback is in the transfer portal. They fired their offensive coordinator. It's a Friday night game. The vibe is going to be horrible. I like the under 39 in that one. Utah, we're going -10.5 versus Oregon State, so I like Utah to continue their run and beat Oregon State pretty handily. Again, it's a situation where it's tough if you're Oregon State. You're coming off that emotional home loss where your defense significantly overperformed. Let's not let that fool us. They still don't have a very good defense on paper, and in the first 3 weeks, they weren't very good. I will take Utah to cover the 10.5. I think they're on a warpath. They know they can't lose another game after losing week 1 to Florida. Such high expectations for this team. They can certainly still at least make the Rose Bowl. They know they have to win these games. Michigan at Iowa, I'll take the under. Just straight up the under 41.5. Iowa just cannot score. I know they scored 27 points last week. They had a 51-yard field goal, and they had, I believe, 2 defensive touchdowns. So they still can't score. Michigan, I'm just very wary of their offense. They seem really one-dimensional right now. Also, Iowa has a really good defense. Also, this is J.J. McCarthy's first big road game this coming a week after J.J. McCarthy showed real inexperienced struggles, didn't play amazing against Maryland. They really relied on the running game. It's going to be a little bit tougher to do that when you're facing an Iowa team that has two elite linebackers. So I like Michigan to win this game, but I will take the under in this one. I'm thinking 23-13, so that's a total of 36 with the under hitting. And that is going to be it for my third parlay. 4 total picks plus 844 on that one. You can take a look at the odds. Moving on to my parlay number 4. We're taking Georgia State at Army, the under 58.5. So guys, the actual over-under for this game, when I did my best bets on Monday, I think it was 58. It's plummeted like a rock down to 54, so I am buying points. And because it's a parlay, they're tougher to win. You kind of have to give yourself an extra edge. I am buying points here. I love the under in this game. The overall story of this game, I just think Georgia State is 0-4. They're not very good. Army's a team that's going to run the ball a lot, and obviously we know that. And it's also a noon game. So you're looking at sleepy offenses, lower scoring. They already like to run the ball, an 0-4 team. I'm liking lower scoring in this one, so I'll take the under 58.5. Number 2, we're going with Nebraska moneyline versus Indiana. I just think Indiana is due to lose more games. I mean, they're 3-1 right now. I think I projected them to maybe win 2 games. So I think they're definitely due for more losses. And Nebraska, are they really that bad? You know, maybe they can do something. The Oklahoma game was horrible, but they're at home. They're facing a team that's due to lose more games. And I really think Nebraska, with that crowd support, they can finally get a win. I know we always say it, but it's like Indiana is really due for some losses, seriously. Nebraska is like minus 5.5. I wouldn't touch that, but I do find value in them money line, like minus 230 or whatever it is. Number 3, Maryland money line versus Michigan State. So it's just a situation where Michigan State is a total dumpster fire. They have a horrible secondary. They still can't cover anyone. Last year, they had the worst, pass defense in college football. This year, it's not much better. Hopefully, Tonga Vailoa is healthy. The receivers are impressive as long as they're good to go. Maryland at home, they played pretty well against Michigan. They had some unfortunate breaks. I like Maryland to win this game outright. The line on this game is crazy. I think it opened Maryland -4, and right now I believe it's Maryland -8. So the public does not trust Michigan State. Of course, a lot of people would say that's more of a reason to put money onto Michigan State. When you see a drastic change like that, you go the opposite way of what the public is doing. But normally, it's like a 50-50 proposition. 50% of the time, the public is normally right, and Maryland destroys Michigan State, and then 50% of the time, Michigan State keeps it close or they win outright. So it's really tough to judge. Normally, people make a big deal out of it, but normally Vegas, they make money, but they don't have major margins, guys. Trust me, we do well against Vegas. Number 4, Clemson money line versus NC State. Yes, this is the big rain game in Clemson, South Carolina. I'm just going to take them on the money line. North Carolina State, or I don't like calling them North Carolina State, NC State. NC State is a team that has kind of underperformed. We remember the week 1 game. They almost lost to East Carolina. So I will take Clemson at home. I'm going to quickly say, it's a real shame that this game is maybe ruined by the weather, because DJ Uiagalelei had a horrible year last year. Everyone was, down on him. Everyone was criticizing him. This year, it doesn't start off great. But last week, he plays amazing on the road in a ranked matchup. This really could have been his coming out party at home against NC State, where he could throw 3 or 4 passing touchdowns. That's probably not going to happen. So I could see Will Shipley playing really well, Clemson utilizing the short passing game in the weather, and them winning this game versus NC State. And then number 5, we're going to go with Texas money line versus West Virginia. This is kind of a parity game. West Virginia coming off of a win. I think they're due for a loss. Texas is at home. Of course, Texas is coming off that disappointing loss to Texas Tech in overtime, where Texas Tech was like 6 of 8 on 4th downs. Quinn Ewers is really close. They're saying he's close to coming back. I don't think he's playing this week. I think it will be Hudson Card, who is certainly a capable backup, but Ewers will probably be back for the Oklahoma game. That's what they're targeting. And then that's just a 5-team parlay with 4 money lines and then 1 under minus the 180. That's plus 436 on the overall odds. Moving on to my number 5, this is just a straight money line parlay. It does include 3 NFL games. So my strategy for this one is to take 3 auto locks in the college and then do 3 risky ones for the NFL. So we're going Eastern Michigan money line versus UMass. UMass is horrific. This is not a question. This is obviously going to happen. Eastern Michigan is 20-point favorites. James Madison money line versus Texas State. This is not a question. James Madison is certainly going to win. And then Minnesota money line versus Purdue. This would be the one where you could say, maybe Purdue has a chance. The Aiden O'Connell injury, I think, really hurts them. And I also think Minnesota right now is a really focused team. They understand if they slip up in any of these games, it's going to kill them. And they're a very well-coached team, and they've played unbelievable football. They are at home. And again, Purdue is dealing with an injured quarterback who basically is their entire offense. And then my NFL games that I like, so I'll quickly explain these. I love the Vikings money line versus the Saints. This is the Sunday morning London game. Jameis Winston is apparently not at practice for the Saints. Even if he plays, I still like the Vikings on the money line. I think Justin Jefferson gets going again after 2 quiet weeks, and the Vikings win that game. I like the Giants on the money line to get back on track after their Monday night loss. They are at home against the Bears. It would just be shocking to see the Bears go to 3-1 with how anemic that offense has looked, really. I think the Giants, probably a close game, lower scoring, but the Giants at home, Daniel Jones really isn't that bad. He's not a franchise quarterback, but he's not that bad. Giants get a win after a tough loss. And then number 6, I'm going Raiders money line versus the Broncos. Guys, we know at the NFL you have to zig when everyone zags. Everyone hates the Raiders right now. They're 0-3. They're due for a win at home, guys. The Broncos, they really shouldn't be 2-1. They're generating very little offense. I'm concerned maybe Jerry Jeudy still has a little bit of an injury. Russell Wilson just can't seem to get in sync. Nathaniel Hackett really struggling as a first-year head coach with, clock management and stuff like that. And I think Devontae Adams really gets going in this game. He's been quiet the past 2 weeks. He's pissed. He's going to want the football. The Raiders still have a good offense. They're better than their 0-3 record. So that is my overall straight money line parlay, and there are the odds on that one. So guys, that is going to do it for my week number 5 college football top 5 parlays. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.